What's up guys? I want to make this quick video to share with you the best possible way to pick your pictures for Tinder, Bumble, Instagram, and really anything else that you might be trying to do. So the secret of picking out the best possible pictures for your Tinder profile or for anything else is actually super simple. You just ask 4 or 5 attractive girls that fit in your demographic for feedback in the right way. So the first part of this, in your demographic. So this means that if you're going for mainly, college-age girls, you want to ask girls 18 to 25. You don't want to ask a bunch of MILFs. If you're going for mainly hookups or you want to have sex fast, you don't want to ask a bunch of really conservative relationship girls. So you want to make sure the girls you're asking for are actually in your demographic. The second component is you want to ask them in the right way. So a wrong way to ask would be, hey, do you think this picture looks good? That's the wrong way to ask for feedback. The right way to ask for feedback is to send them 4 or 5 pictures, maybe a dozen, and say, hey, which one of these looks the best? Which one of these is the second best? And then you look for a consensus amongst all the girls you ask. Okay, 4 out of 5 girls said this picture is in first place. That means I'm gonna make this one my Tinder profile picture. Now, even though this is super simple, a lot of guys are really reluctant to do this because they think they're gonna be bothering the girl, they think they're gonna be burdening her, they're like, oh, I like this girl, I don't wanna lose her. But in reality, almost the opposite is true. First off, vast majority of chicks love this shit, they find it interesting, looking at pictures, judging, they like it that their opinion is being valued. In addition, I've had this happen quite often, that after a girl spends, half an hour looking at various pictures of you, she kind of gets a little turned on, you're the only thing on her mind. She's just been looking at different variations of you, and she asks you like, hey, so what have you been up to? I've had this happen with old booty calls. They'll be like, so when are we hanging out again? When I haven't spoken to them in a year. And so me personally, at least in the past when I was really getting good at this shit, I was relentless for asking for feedback. I would ask feedback with my current hookups, my old hookups, that was a big one, and even girls who I went to high school with who I hadn't talked to in years. I was just relentless in getting feedback, and that's what I feel like was one of the things that really gave me the best possible Tinder profile. So I'm gonna walk you guys through a few examples of me asking girls for feedback so you can see exactly how it plays out. All right, so first example, this is when I actually just got into coaching. I had already had several dozens of clients at this point, and most of them got exactly the kind of results I expected them to get, and everything was just perfect after 1 or 2 sessions. But there were these few, like 2 or 3 off cases. Like for every 10 I would do, I would probably get 1 of these where the guy just didn't quite get the results that I expected them to, and then I had to go back in and try to figure out, okay, where exactly did I go wrong here? What's the issue? And so what I would do is I would actually ask girls for feedback on my clients to make sure that the stuff that I told these guys was matching up with the things that girls feel. And then later on, I actually discovered that pretty much every single time that the guy didn't get the results that I wanted them to get, it was simply because I didn't take into account how important it is for his profile to look natural. So most of the pics that I picked were a little too posed. So after that, I kind of figured out, okay, in addition to the guy looking good in the picture also has to look natural. So as a side note, that's kind of how I fine-tuned my coaching. So this was a chick who I randomly went to high school with. I haven't talked to her in half a decade. We didn't even really talk about much in high school. But anyway, so I'm like, okay, this is a girl. She fits that demographic. I remember she was pretty DTF, so I'm just going to ask for feedback. So I say, hey, random question. And that's really how I approach this, even if I hadn't talked to that girl in a long time. Says, hello, what's up? I say, trying to help my buddy get laid on Tinder. Mind giving me a female opinion on pics? So I'm super straightforward, but I also ask them, hey, do you mind? I don't just barrage them with pictures. Hey, do you mind giving me feedback? And when you do like that, every single girl will agree. She says, no problem at all. So I send them a bunch of pictures of him, and she says in best or worst order, the photo where he's embracing the woman is best. And so she gives me very detailed feedback, and then I clarify a little bit, and then bam, perfect fucking feedback. Then I'm able to, okay, go back in. Does this match up with what I told this guy? Okay, this is how I can really get him results. And still to this day, I will sometimes do this. Like vast majority of the time, I can personally, really pick out the same stuff girls would pick, but occasionally, like I'm still a little bit off. So I go back in and I ask my booty calls so I can make sure I get really every guy that, is in my mastermind, the kind of results that I want them to get. So here's another example. This is a slightly different situation. This was before I even started coaching. This is when I was just trying to figure out, when I was trying to dial in my own profile, and I was trying to figure out what kind of app pictures girls find the most attractive. So again, same exact opener. Hey, need a girl's opinion on something random? She says yes. And this was an old booty call of mine. I hadn't talked to her in probably about 2 years. And I say, which one of these do you feel is most attractive, desirable? Again, multiple choice. And then she says, like, which abs are my favorite? I say, yeah, overall, which picture turns you on the most? Because I was really trying to go for, like, an extremely, sexual angle. And she says, probably the first two, the fourth and the fifth. Is that you? I say, I wish. Sometimes guys can have too much abs, I don't know. I feel you. If you have to pick one, though, so again, I'm asking for clarification. And often you'll have to do that. You'll have to be like, okay, you like all of them, but which one really is your favorite? And then she says, okay, tube. Gives me feedback, and I ask her for more feedback on pictures of my face. And she says the second and last one, and then she says, you should come over sometime. And then I said, I'm game. So basically, what happened here? I got great feedback, and I got in touch with an old booty call, and now I can, hook up with her again. So win-win. All right, hopefully you guys found this video valuable. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. We have some really awesome videos coming out in the next few weeks that you definitely don't want to miss. Also, if you're looking for a pickup or self-development community that's no bullshit, action-oriented, and where people are actually trying to learn and get results, then make sure to check out the PWF forums at forums.playingfire.com. I'm on there all the time answering questions. And maybe a little biased, but I think honestly from what I've seen, it's probably the best community out there at this moment. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, or just let me know what kind of content you guys want to see more of in the future. Until next time.